But back to crime.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like our comprehensive approach is starting to show results. Like, it's a both and for me. I, as you know, supported the police contract, actually kind of shepherded the approval of it because I felt like increasing the base pay of officers was the most practical and sustainable way to improve recruitment. Instead of like a one-off bonus situation, like increasing the salaries 22% over 5 years is a more long-term sustainable way to attract people to want to work as police officers in Minneapolis. And I think it is working. Like, we ended up with 11 more officers at the end of the year than we had at the beginning of 2024.
For the first time since 2020, the staffing trend is up and not straight down.
Staffing trend is up, recruitment is up. You know, we had that Imagine Yourself campaign as well, like the social media campaign that we invested about $500,000 in. What was it, 1.5 million last year? But I just saw the rollover that the council approved last cycle shows that we have like $240,000 left.
In the social media campaign?
In the social media campaign, like the ad buys and all that.
That's the thing that you've been criticized for not funding still has money in it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep, I'll show you the receipts.
Because my next question was going to be...
misinformation is pervasive right now in this election cycle, and a lot of what I'm doing on the campaign trail is just educating folks on what's what, and it's really frustrating to be in such a highly educated city, in such an informed, progressive community, and to still have so many people like falling victim to sensationalized, fear-mongering misinformation.
Well, these are very smart people, so I would say motivated reasoning, and not that they're like victims of...
Well, yeah, like saying Katie cut the funding for the police recruitment budget is really snappy and it's like something that my detractors can grab onto and spread.
I'll tell you what's happening. The mayor is setting the budget for police-related things at an extremely high level to the degree that you can't spend it all. So when someone comes and says, hey, we've got a lot of money in here, maybe we should spend it somewhere else because we got plenty left over to keep spending, they could say you defunded the police.
Right. I mean, we transferred the money out of the stable lease for the police horses. We cleared that whole budget and put it towards crime prevention and other things. And yet the police horses are still out on West River Road. So it's just a perfect example of like, they do have flexibility in their budgets. And, one could say that they should, because departments know best how to spend their resources. Like, we don't want to completely micromanage. But yeah, there is funding to be moved around within their, $220 million annual budget.
Should we do a lakeside chat?
This is gorgeous.
Violence interrupters, the mismanagement of the violence interrupters. What do you attribute that to? How do we resolve that? It seems like a drip, 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 constant stream of stories about how it's not managed very well.
Yeah, I mean, I think council is not surprised to see another story come out. I think it was today that several violence interrupter contracts are on the fritz right now. I think that the department is asking for a lot more accountability from the providers, and the providers aren't used to having to do all that due diligence. But at the same time, like, accountability and transparency is what the taxpayers deserve. But I just think that like the commissioner, Todd Barnett, and the mayor have been sugarcoating and like painting a rosy picture of how this department has been run for a couple of years now. And when the council points out some of these discrepancies or flaws or mismanagement, we're kind of like taking the brunt of that criticism. But it's like, we're just trying to do our jobs, which is to be the watchdog over taxpayer money and making sure that it's spent correctly and that we're getting the services that we pay for.
This dynamic keeps happening. Things that the mayor is responsible for because the council has a conversation about it.
Our meetings are public.
Right.
His are not.
So it's great that as we're talking here lakeside that people are dancing all around us.
Like we're in a fairyland, I swear. Like Minneapolis is truly like the ideal place to be a forest nymph.